A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English, that's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A+ way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English.
Hello everyone, welcome to A+ English. I'm Mike.
I'm Chickling.
And today we are beginning an article all about the life of a carpenter. No, I don't mean the singing group, the Carpenters, from the 1970s. That's something maybe, well actually no, people have probably heard their music, but that was a music group. This is not a music group. This is real carpenters, people who make their living by making things out of wood. Have you ever made anything out of wood?
No.
Have you ever been a carpenter?
Of course not.
No? What do you mean? Not even in school?
No, I've
they have
never
a class
tried it.
where
It's
you-
not wood. It's actually just other material, but I kind of forgot. It's
Okay.
softer.
Well, that might help answer our warm-up question. Would you like to build something in your life? Why or why not with wood or with any other material?
I would like to do so, but I'm not really good with handcraft things.
Yes. It takes time, doesn't it?
And patience.
And maybe some skill, special equipment, training, all things that we don't have, but the gentleman in question in our article definitely does have. So let's see, I have made one thing out of wood. I will take no credit for it because I was 9 years old, and the teacher probably did most of the good work. I made a birdhouse.
Oh, that's nice.
When I was a kid. I don't know where it is. It's probably served
Maybe your
as...
parents threw it away.
Yeah, it was probably firewood in the end. I'm not sure what happened. That's the only thing. But I mean, sure, you've seen people making things out of wood. You might even have friends who have this skill. It is absolutely impressive the way people can turn something like a few pieces of wood into a table, a chair, a cabinet, a piece of art. Who knows? Only their minds, their imagination, and their creativity, along with their skills, can really tell us what these incredible people do. So let's find out all about life as a carpenter.
Shaping wood, shaping lives. The carpenter's everyday art. Warm-up question. Would you like to build something in your life? Why or why not?
Carpentry is the work of building and shaping things from wood. Carpenters turn wood into everyday items like chopsticks and combs. They need to be careful, creative, and know a lot about wood. Working safely is also very important.
All right, so let's begin the article by talking about what carpentry is. We know a carpenter is someone who builds things out of wood. So carpentry, you can probably guess. It says carpentry is the work of building and shaping things from wood. And you know, the simple thing like a table, a flat top, 4 straight legs, all the same length, that's simple. But then of course you can carve things, you can, cut into things in very artistic ways. It is absolutely impressive. And next it says carpenters turn wood into everyday items like chopsticks and combs. Chopsticks would be fairly easy.
Yeah.
Combs. That seems really hard.
There's a lot of gaps in between. And like they're really narrow.
Right. I mean, I've seen them, but I've never actually thought, how do you do that? It is kind of a special thing. So do you like carpentry?
I think I do, but every time I think of carpentry, I think of the Taiwanese gods. Like you go to the...
Oh, the carved temple gods.
Temple
my
gods.
gosh.
Yeah, that's what they do with wood as well.
That's right. And often they have like robes that are like blowing in the wind,
and
right?
A lot of details.
Their beard is kind of being pushed around, and it is absolutely incredible. I mean, if someone asked me how many hours would it take to make that, I would have no idea.
Probably like 2 months or even maybe half a year?
I mean, 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, all of those numbers seem okay to me. I really have no idea. So it is actually a very interesting skill and something we don't see people doing a lot. Right? We see what they make, but we don't actually see what they do. And as it says, and as we learn, that's carpenters, they need to be careful, creative, and know a lot about wood. Working safely is also very important. This reminds me of a television or something I saw on the internet recently about a man and a woman team, and they make guitars. Oh. And apparently the younger woman is this sort of, she speaks to the wood. The wood talks to her.
Wow.
And she actually gets ideas about the shape of the guitar, how to make it from this piece of wood by having a relationship with the wood.
That's amazing.
It is. It's something, one of those things you probably can't really teach. You know, like having a good nose if you're a chef or something. You just have to be born with
Maybe she has that third eye thing.
Well, that's kind of what I think it is. It's like a special sense that we wouldn't have that she does. And the whole talking to the wood is a little weird, but apparently her guitars are fantastic. Anyways, and as it said there, yes, working safely is also very important. People always wear gloves. Of course, they wear eye protection. You don't want to hurt yourself while working with this beautiful wood.
Carpenters can do many jobs, from building houses to making furniture to creating gadgets. This work lets you turn your ideas into real things with your creativity. If you like to create things with your hands, think about becoming a carpenter. You can learn it in special classes or by working with an experienced carpenter. Now, let's learn more from this interview with the carpenter, Yuanfu Ling.
And as we've kind of discovered while just talking about working as a carpenter, there are many different things that we can make from wood, right? From simple furniture to beautiful pieces of art, chopsticks, combs, and of course in many places, maybe not so much in Taiwan, but in many countries, a lot of wood is used in building homes and stuff like that. So as it says, carpenters can do many jobs from building houses to making furniture to creating gadgets. And I imagine, since there are so many skills, most carpenters don't do all of these things. They have their special, their specialization, the jobs that they're really good at, and the other stuff maybe they leave to other people. So do you think being a carpenter is a difficult job?
It surely is. And like if you actually are a carpenter and then maybe somebody orders something from you, it takes a lot of time.
It takes a lot of time.
And you will get a lot of pressure because you have a deadline.
Yeah, for sure. I think the pressures would be different. Like if I was helping to build a house, the pressure to build something really safe that's not going to fall over in 2 years or when there's a typhoon. And of course, when you're working with little art, the pressure to not make mistakes. Because imagine if you're carving that god and suddenly his ear falls off. Oh no, you got to start again. So a lot of different pressures, but different kinds of pressure and stress and challenges in the job. The article also says this work, being a carpenter, lets you turn your ideas into real things with your creativity. And there is a special sense of satisfaction and happiness when you take something kind of not interesting, and after you're using your skill and hard work, you turn it into something interesting, beautiful, useful. There is a special sense of joy, I think, that comes from that. Yeah. So if you like to create things with your hands, think about becoming a carpenter. And the other thing is, I think being a carpenter, you learn a lot about nature, about wood. You have to be quite good at math as well, because you're measuring things and angles, right? Everything has to match and join in the correct way. So there's a lot of other special skills you can learn through doing carpentry. As it says, you can learn it in special classes or by working with an experienced carpenter. That might be working as what we call an apprentice, sort of a student worker. Yeah.
学徒.
There you go. So what other jobs require creativity?
Oh, a lot of jobs require creativity, like interior designer, fashion designer,
chef, Choreographer. Songwriter.
Dancer.
Musician.
Oh, that's true.
Singer.
Yeah.
Writers.
Singer-songwriter.
All sorts of different jobs.
A lot of jobs require creativity.
Absolutely. I mean, not all the time. Even being a scientist, you have to be creative to think of new ideas or new experiments or things like that.
I think an office worker needs that too.
Office workers might need that. Even a taxi driver on a busy day, the creativity to find the fastest way to the train station.
Yeah.
Rather than just doing it the same old way that everyone else does. All right, the article then says, now let's learn more from this interview with a carpenter, Yuanfu Lin. Am I saying his name right?
Yeah, 林元富先生.
Cool. All right. So he's a carpenter. We got him with us. We're going to do an interview, so we'll hear lots of interesting facts about the world of carpentry.
Okay. So 我们赶快来看一下今天所有的单字吧。我们今天第一个单字呢是 wood， 它是木头或木材的意思，所以我们说砍木头砍柴就是 chopping wood。那这个字加上一个 s 变成 woods， 它就是小林子。比如说 The police searched the woods for the missing girl。那这个字是名词嘛，变成形容词就是 wooden， 变成木质的，所以你可以说木质的栅栏 wooden fence、wooden spoon、wooden floor 可能是木质的汤匙、木质的地板。Let's also take another look at a sentence. So, Dad will use this wood to make a table. 爸爸要用这块木材做了一张桌子。那么 careful 这个字就是很谨慎的意思。So, be careful with something 就是要小心什么。比如说 be careful with that vase, don't break it. 小心不要打破那个花瓶。那当然一个人工作细心也可以。比如说 Darius is a careful worker.那我们看另外一个句子也是要小心什么 Please be careful with this plate. It's very hot and it could hurt you. 请小心这个盘子，非常的烫，可能会受伤哦。那么另外呢，因为我们木质嘛，讲到 carpentry， 我们就会讲到家具。家具的英文是 furniture。那古董家具我们可以说 antique furniture。那么 furniture 它是不可数名词哦，所以一件家具你要说 a piece or an item of furniture。那像我们刚刚讲的 wooden 也可以拿来放嘛，所以木头的家具也可以讲，但我们也可以直接 simply say， 我们也可以直接说 wood furniture 就好了。比如说 The only furniture in Ben's house is his bed, a table and a chair. Ben 房子里的家具只有床铺、一张桌子跟椅子而已。那么最后呢，我们有提到，那你会想要成为一个木工吗 ？Become 就是成为，它的三态是 become, became, become. So 如果当爸爸当上妈妈，我也可以用这个字。Gary has just become a father. Gary 刚当上爸爸，或者是说用现在进行时，通常会拿来比喻越来越怎么样？比如说 Late night shopping is becoming very popular. 那我们再看另外一个句子 After Nancy finished law school, she became a lawyer.Nancy 从法学院毕业之后就变成一位律师了。那今天是不是有看到 everyday 跟 everyday 其实是差不多啦。这两个字呢，它如果连在一起的话是形容词哦，那就有点像一般的或 ordinary typical 的感觉。如果中间有一个空格，它就是 each day 代表每一天哦。所以我们看一下 Yogurt with fruits is my everyday breakfast. 这个时候是当形容词哦，或者是 I have yogurt with fruits for breakfast every day. 我每天都会吃 yogurt 搭水果当早餐，所以它们意思一样，只是文法不一样哦。Okay, so now let's go to our review time activity.
Review time.
Hello everyone, we're back with our quick little review game that we're going to do today with some of the words we learned in our article. A couple of them are very closely related to carpentry, which is our topic. That would be wood and furniture. Do you have any wooden furniture at home?
Yeah, but I don't think it's real.
You don't think it's real wood? What do you mean? Where did it come from?
Maybe it's
plastic that's supposed to look like wood.
Yeah, maybe because the table is not very expensive, but my floor, I think it's real wood.
It's nice wood. Okay, so wood, furniture, those are two words, and also we had the adjective careful and the verb become. So we've decided to play a quick game of synonyms, words that mean the same thing. I will also, since I will ask you, I'll give myself a little bit of room. Words that mean the same thing are words that are very closely related to some of the words we have here. You'll see why I'm giving myself a little bit extra space, because some of these are hard to find other words for. Okay, let's start with something easy. To turn into.
I want to be.
To evolve.
The prince
develop.
was turned into a frog by the witch. So the prince became a frog.
Transform.
So I think it's become.
To transmogrify. Yes, become. To become.
Transform.
You become an adult as you grow from a child. You turn into an adult as you grow from a child.
Have I become an adult?
You have definitely become an adult. You're over the age of 18 and or 21, I believe. Just yesterday,
I'm not 21
right?
yet.
Just yesterday. Just yesterday you became 21.
Very true.
So sad to say you are an adult now. I know, it's terrible. All right, so since you are an adult now, you need to be cautious.
Cautious.
You need to be alert. You need to be watchful.
You
need to be
careful.
Careful, exactly. If you're alert, if you're watchful, if you are on guard, you are careful. Why are you careful? Because you have, tables and chairs and cabinets and wardrobes and coffee tables
furniture,
and beds. Furniture. Very, very good. Those are just types of furniture. And the last one, this is the tricky one. Cellulose.
What? That's a name of a material.
Fiber, pulp. Paper in another form.
Yeah, kind of. Oh, yeah, because you actually make paper out of wood.
You make paper out of wood? Thank you for saving me there. Exactly. Cellulose is, I think, like what wood is made of, like at a really small level. Like I keep hearing things about, in the future we'll use cellulose instead of plastic because it breaks down, right? Yeah. So when you go and get your coffee, you might get it in a cellulose.
Eco-friendly.
Because it's eco-friendly, because it comes from wood. So, but wood is one of those things. It's just wood. It's sort of like, what's another word for tree? It's just a tree. We have a lot of unnecessary words in English, but sometimes we just decide on one word and stick with it, and wood is definitely one of those. If it's a tree, if it's a board, if it's a chair, it's all made of wood. All right, there you go, guys. Thanks for joining us. We're going to have more from our interview with a carpenter tomorrow. I know you will want to come back for that, so please do. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Magic Box。
裁缝师，这边的剪裁错了，哎呀，拿回去重做各位真的是不好意思，一见面呢就让你们看到库伊拉我在骂人啊，没有办法，我真的是非常讲求完美的好吗？我设计的衣服啊，如果哪里不对，就要修改到完美为止，所以你就知道啊，要做一件毛大衣可是很花时间呢。Making a fur coat takes a lot of time 啊，这些蠢蛋，什么时候才能达到我的标准呢？OK， 做一件毛大衣要花很多的时间。我大可以说 It takes a lot of time to make a fur coat。不过呢，你们有没有发现我刚刚用的呢，其实是另外一种句子哦。一般来说啊，我们会习惯以名词或者是代名词啊来当做句中的主词嘛。不过呢，今天要讲的是不太一样的，动词呢也能成为句中的主词哦。那方法非常的简单，动词呢必须放在句首，并加上 ing， 就会形成了动名词就可以了。例如啊，一开始举例的 Making a fur coat takes a lot of time， 这里呢就是用 make 加上 ing。Making 这个动名词当做主词的用法哦，而我们的重点啊就是 making a fur coat 这个动作哦，或是这件事情。因此啊，后面的动词 take 必须要是单数型 takes， 代表说啊，毛大衣这件事情呢，它花了很多的时间来做哦。动词啊为单数型，这点非常的重要，同学们啊可要特别注意了。那大家都知道， 身为史上最恶女，库伊拉我为了达到目的，我什么都做得出来哦。It is exciting to steal those dogs away. 把那些狗狗偷走，真的是太刺激了。好啦，想想看，要怎么改成动名词当做主词的用法呢？OK， 太好了，果然没有让我们失望哦。没有错，把 steal 拉到最前面，加上 ing stealing， 后面的 be 动词为单数型 is， 正确答案呢就会是 stealing those dogs away is exciting。但天哪，我真的是太变态了吗 ？But you know what？I don't care， 小朋友们，你们可不要学啊！你们可承担不起的。Doing bad things makes me feel good。为非作歹呢，真的是让我太开心了。好啦，谁叫我是最恶、最呛辣的女王库伊拉呢？